everyone, welcome to the cafe. My name is Leaf if you do not already know me, and today I am joined by one Stray Rogue.
Hello.
And one Pixel Moon.
Hello.
And I forgot to have any kind of sound on at all.
Wow. Congratulations.
I'm the same with or without sound, to be fair.
To be fair, it's been a day.
It has been several.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Well then.
Yeah, it's been a day. Apparently. Speaking of, well, you know.
Understandable.
Jeez.
Cold's a cold. My manager was avoiding me like the plague.
Gosh, I wonder why.
Well, apparently they've been avoiding everyone who was sick, because apparently everyone has the crud this holiday season.
Oh, the con crud has escaped containment? Is that what I'm hearing?
Holiday crud, but yeah, essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Other things I found out today, apparently Markiplier actually went and made his OnlyFans.
I mean, yes. Sure hope he did, considering he bet that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is up and running, and everyone's talking about it.
Surprisingly enough, I hadn't heard anything about it.
I'd heard about it through Moon's chat, being like, time to go to Markiplier's OnlyFans, and Markiplier was like, or not Markiplier, Moon was like, no.
Everyone is expecting to see his dick, but he's already said multiple times it's tasteful nudes, no peen.
Why is it not tasteful to have your peen on display? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Like, there's nothing wrong with a pipanga, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure that showing his penis makes him, like, subconscious. If it makes him
uncomfortable, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But to pretend that you can't have a tasteful nude with a penis in it is silly.
I mean, maybe he just doesn't want to show his penis.
No, that's why I'm saying, don't malign the mans who be showing their dick. It can be tasteful, I promise you. Tasteful nudes are an art.
No, I don't disagree. I'm just saying that he just probably doesn't want to show his dick.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm just saying it's a silly way to phrase it. Just say, I don't want to show my penis. You don't have to veil it behind, I don't want to have a tasteful nude. It's tasteful if you have food involved. It's true, but that's also hedging the line of food porn as well.
Literal food porn.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you must have honor
and a penis. Which isn't true. But it's funny.
But yeah, he could have just said, I don't want to show my dick.
Yeah.
Gotta change out my Iba shirt for today then. There
Why?
we go.
You're changing it out to... Oh. That's just Iba again.
It is Iba again, but a hot dog.
God.
Got some mustard and some ketchup. Can't have a hot dog without condiments.
Condiments.
So it's like apparently a normal thing to put mayo on hot dogs.
I mean, in Europe.
And in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck?
And cream cheese.
Wait a minute. Washington hot dogs. And then... Oh, for fuck's sake. No.
We've
Washington style hot dogs. I just don't remember.
You need to say Washington State.
No, Washington style.
I'm just saying if you
Seattle hot dog recipe.
Yeah. sometimes if you don't differentiate between state and BC, it'll default to
Apparently,
BC.
sriracha sauce is in this recipe for some reason. Not sure why.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's real to the thing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they fuck up a Chicago style on recipes. So I just assumed this person was fucking around.
Well, I think I've
Ooh,
talked
raw
about this
onion.
before, but like the Seattle dog, it has cream cheese and caramelized onions on it.
Yeah, the thing I was surprised about was the sriracha.
It's really good.
See, I wouldn't be able to eat this, not because of the sriracha, but because of the fucking raw jalapeno. Because it always hits me right in the throat, like, in the worst way possible.
Yeah, and then it's like hit you in the throat where you need to.
And then you can't
feel like you need to
fucking
cough.
recover.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I need to try that Logon Ma I fucking bought the other day. Everybody goes apeshit about Logon Ma, and I'm like, I want to try the hot sauce, the hot chili crisp. I don't know. I don't know what the people know. Hot dog recipe with mayo. I don't know what I'm doing.
I was on with the mayo.
I want to know Sonoran hot dogs. I want to know why this came up, Leaf. I want to know why you brought mayo into the
Because
the table.
Iba's a hot dog.
Does she have
Hi,
mayo
Nero.
on her?
No,
I thought it was just okay.
but I'm just saying
Hi,
it.
Nero.
There could be
Hi, Nero.
mayo on her, which would be very lewd.
Nice.
Hi, Nero. What's up?
I want. Can you show me?
Sure. I can't promise that I'll be quick to respond.
Hello.
Bro, I just want to eat tasty food with my friends.
I mean, it's your thing.
Oh, so Voss apparently blew up part of the Pride Castle.
Oh no.
Not
I'm
the
pretty sure
not
I
the
heard
part
that the other
that
night.
I live in.
Yeah, but didn't that happen because of the creeper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
And then Franklin came back. Because when I went to go visit Franklin, Franklin was like, yo, what up? I'm chill.
Did you know that people sell frozen avocado in chunks?
Yes.
I did not know that. When I went to Aldi today, I was amazed. I could not imagine what you would do with it, though. Because it's like, what do you do with a frozen
Guacamole?
version? What would you... I guess? It just seems like it would brown super quick after it, like, unfroze.
Maybe.
Mm.
I think that would depend on how well you like contain it. Because if you don't get like an airtight containment when you freeze it, then it's probably
Smoothies.
definitely brown very quickly.
Oh, that makes more
yeah.
sense. The smoothie thing makes more sense.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because people use that as a smoothie basis a lot. Gold mayo sauce. What is that?
Gold mayo
Oh, it's just
sauce?
fucking barbecue sauce. Fuck off.
Oh.
Stupid ass.
Have they sold the man sauce yet?
What is the man sauce?
So there's this place. I've never been to it. I'm not sure if it's still around, but there's this place in Washington called, I think it was like Dick's Barbecue or something.
Okay.
Not to be associated with Dick's the burger restaurant, where you can go eat a bag of Dick's.
Okay.
But anyway, this barbecue place had their own barbecue they made called the Man.
Got it. So they had sauce for it called man sauce.
Well, it was called the Man. I just called it man sauce.
Oh, I see.
Let me check.
Remember that like
Yeah, it
thing
looks
like
like
6
looks like
months
there's
ago where people were all like, "Hey, look at this TikTok sauce that this lady is making that's bright pink and looks different in every shot that you see of it, and also has no ingredient stuff." And you know, yeah. Wonder what happened to that.
Yeah, it looks like Dick's Barbecue is still there, and they have multiple locations now.
Dog.
Oh no, it's just showing all barbecue places, and there's multiple places called Dick's.
Oh, that makes kind of more sense, but also is a hilarious misunderstanding.
Yep.
It's like finding out that there's a place called Dick's Sporting Goods, and then finding out that they had a bunch of them near each other, and then the Alpha Dicks fuck up every other Dick's in the area.
Alpha Dicks.
Okay, I handled it.
Avocados.
So something that's been happening a lot lately,
Yeah.
is people are just joining other people's Discord servers for the sole fact of, like, spamming them with, "Hey, I'm an artist, commission me for these things."
And they're spam bots.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're spam bots or not, but regardless, like, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's fucked. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
That shit
so
out.
I just banned someone for that, and I banned another person for not verifying the rules for the last month.
Mm.
Good.
PogChamp.
Oh, excuse me. So, Game Awards, right?
No.
Game Awards.
No.
Did anyone watch it?
My husband did, and yelled out the results every 2 seconds with me and Zach in the channel.
I
So
see.
we knew about like what was going on there. But,
So-
like,
so you know about Bill Clinton?
yeah, apparently that kid, like, so I've heard conflicting accounts of that he's just some teenager, but then there's also like he's an anti-Semitic kid who has like been on InfoWars and a bunch of other shit. Like,
What
I
the
don't
fuck?
know. I don't want to know. At this point, I would just rather forget that the kid even happened.
Yeah, I don't understand anything about it other than Bill Clinton and Elden Ring or something like that. I don't know.
What happened is
It was the Elden Ring devs. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, he snuck up with the devs, like actually walked up to him. There's a video I saw where he walked up the aisle.
Yeah, and then he hid
just
behind
joined the
them.
group. Yeah.
Yeah, like as though he was one of the devs, and then got up on stage and hung around long enough to say his piece. And then apparently 9 security guards ran up and grabbed him.
Yeah, that's kind of weird that, like, that can
Security is
happen.
not great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's shocking, but yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently also Remnant 2 was announced as well.
I don't know what that is.
So funny thing is, like, I tuned into a streamer earlier today and stuck around for like 20 minutes. He was playing the original Remnant. It looks like it's some sort of cross between Dark Souls and Fallout.
So like a more technologically whatever, but
Yeah.
like Dark Souls hard, like kind of system where you're
Not just Dark Souls hard kind of system, but like also you rest at bonfires kind of deal.
yeah, like
Which is like a
you're-
key thing for Dark Souls.
What do you call it? Ugh, that anime game. It had
Code
similar,
Vein.
like the boss's health was a similar caliber, patterns.
Code Vein.
Yeah. No, we're talking. Have you seen Code Vein, the anime game?
Yeah.
Pretty sure
He's
you played
played it.
Yeah,
played it.
I thought
played-
so.
played with it.
Well, On
he
my
said it in a confused
recommendation.
voice. Yes. The fucking thing about that though, like the Dark Souls thing, so it's like Fallout, but you have to kill a man with precision rather than glitches.
Sure. I mean, it seemed like it.
I mean, the glitches being you drop like a skyscraper or whatever because you spawned it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of that in Fallout, but okay, I'll take your word for it because I don't know any better.
All I saw was Final Pam, so she just seemed to do a lot.
I'm not sure that Final Pam should be your reference for Fallout.
It absolutely should be. All of the things that happened in Fallout happened there. The 1950s, explosions, ruining your neighbor's backyard barbecue, robot fucking, your son getting stolen, and your husband getting murdered. Something else.
The only robot I fucked in that was Curie.
But you
The fact that
confirm
you
that
got
you
to-
do fuck a robot.
Yeah,
Well,
like
didn't fuck as much as like we held hands.
That may as well be
I
fucking.
know that the people love that one guy who has like a white face and a hat. Like
I
the
don't-
robot guy.
Oh,
I know that was not
we found
specific
him.
in terms of humans, but in terms of robots in the Fallout universe, he's got a
Yeah,
white face and a hat.
He's a synth.
Yeah, so like there's robots you can fuck, but I meant the robot that was the butler.
Oh.
Final
Wait,
Pam.
People fuck.
Three-eyed metal husband.
Huh.
You're not actually allowed to fuck him, I'm positive of that, but it'd be funny if you were. But yeah, so Dark Souls. Dark
Yeah.
Souls Final Pam time.
I don't know if it can get that crazy, but
What if they made a sequel to Code Vein? What then?
I would be
I don't know.
stoked.
I wonder if that game actually did well sales-wise.
I still need to finish the first one.
I mean, I would assume not because they haven't even said anything about a second game. So,
Code
or it could
Vein.
be that they decide not to make a second game because it's part of the Godslayer universe.
Apparently, July 12th of this year, they said that they will get a sequel to Code Vein.
Oh. Well then. But
Will potentially release in 2023.
Odd.
that'll be interesting.
Oh, this was revealed from a ransomware attack.
Yep.
Wow.
I was not gonna on purpose humiliate Bandai Namco about that, but yeah, they got in trouble, and that's how Tekken 8 got revealed, Tales of Ascension, a couple other things. But yeah, Code Vein 2, yay!
Yay!
Huh. It will be interesting to see how they approach that, considering there's 3 different endings.
Mm.
Well, I'm sure they won't make it any worse than what Nier does to you, which is makes you have an ending for every letter of the alphabet.
Jesus
26
fucking Christ.
God,
I still
I
have
mean,
to
like-
play that.
So Drakengard had 5 endings, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Several which don't count as canon, but then Nier spun off of one of the non-canon ones into the Nier universe, which then I forget what like the Papa and Son Nier games had, and then there was like even more stuff in the 2B game. So yeah, like basically Uchikoshi's just like, or not Uchikoshi. What is that fucking ball man's name? What's the ball man's name?
I don't know.
Ah, hold on. Guy who created Nier. Yoko Taro. Basically, Yoko Taro's like, hey, you like endings?
Hmm.
It's a lot. Actually, also, Nier the third Drakengard game is a spin-off of another ending. is why it's so batshit on its own right. And I'm not sure if that one has secret endings other than the girl with the briefcase. You like endings? Too bad. Have 2B's ass. It's true.
Anyway,
like endings? Me too. You like buttholes? Me too.
That was not. What?
What?
2B didn't actually have a butthole. That was just a rumor.
No, I know, but everyone was blowing up about it. It was like, hey, butts are nice.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Anyway.
Like, he didn't love anything.
Anyway, I'm excited about Nightingale.
I don't know what that is.
So it is a multiplayer game that is coming out, co-op multiplayer. That is basically like a better version of New World. It's
Oh, good. Something to quell that itch.
Except it's even better because it's basically set in an alternate timeline where apparently the Fae were actually like entwined with the humans. And like the Fae existed and technology developed around Fae magic. And then the Fae decided to fuck off and say fuck you, humanity. And then something called the Pale started moving in and destroyed the Realm Walker gates that allow you to travel between realms.
It sounds like the Eldritch Horror RP that I was trying to do. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
No, just that it has Fae shit and then Eldritch Horror X fairies, basically.
I don't know so
exciting.
much as that there's Eldritch Horror, but there's
the
definitely
pale
like
thing sounds like
fairy.
Eldritch Horror.
It's a fog of some kind, is what they showed. It doesn't seem like Eldritch Horror. Not yet, anyway. But it's like set in 1889 and it's all like steampunky and whatnot, and I'm really excited for it.
Ooh, steampunk. That doesn't get much attention. Not Bloodborne kind of did steampunk in a way, but it was grunge steampunk.
It doesn't get much attention in video games. It gets a lot of attention outside of video games, though.
Yeah. I am Tigress. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi, I'm Tigress. We're just talking about Nightingale, which I'm really excited to own and play. And I want to drag other people into it once I can convince them to get it.
You know what? I still have that server that we used for New World that we did nothing with.
Yep.
We can repurpose it.
Yes. Though it seems like Nightingale isn't massive multiplayer, it's just co-op multiplayer.
I mean, still.
And from what I read, I think it's 1 to 4 players. But it does have some, like, survival crafting in it, too. But from what I could tell, it looks like the crafting system and survival system looks a lot like New World, where you're going around and, like, mining out nodes and whatnot. Instead of just Minecrafting it.
Well, that's good. Always good to have variety in the crafting space.
Yeah. And then, of course, Hades 2.
I'm very hogged to see that they're already that far into development that they could, like, throw up a trailer like that. I know they're building off of an already existing infrastructure, but still, it's like, ooh boy. Very excited.
And
their writing is so tasty. Like, Supergiant's writers are mwah.
Yes, they do have really good writers. And they tell really interesting stories. But we also have finally have the new mode for Among Us that came out.
Hide and seek mode.
Yep.
So it's actual hide and seek?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
It shows the imposter as like a giant monster who constantly has his teeth out, and yeah.
And they also developed it so that, like, as the imposter who's the seeker, you get this special mode called Seek Mode, where it turns the screen a little bit reddish tint, but it also gives you a hint as to where people are hiding.
Oh, just like the werewolf in VHS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is going to suck.
Speaking of VHS.
And it allows survivors to use the vents.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Anyway, you were saying.
I was just gonna. The thought was, I'm pretty sure I brought this up already, actually, but they have their private match making now available in VHS supposedly. So like, people who don't want to play in public lobbies can come play now. Yay!
So we can finally have it just like, if one of us wants to be the monster, and one of us, and the other one of us wants to be,
Basically,
the
if you
kid.
want to play industrial hide and seek.
Yeah. Oh, we should do that. We should do that. We should do Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
I still need to play a long big game of Civ with buttons.
That one's gonna be rough.
Oh yeah.
You guys have to like block out at least 6 hours.
Yeah. 6 hours. That's the minimum.
Yes, I know, but still, like that's I feel like that's an easier goalpost. Did we hear anything about that Pinocchio game again?
I saw when I was loading up Steam the other day, I did see it like pop up.
So they must be going for pre-order type, not pre-order, but you know.
Was that still? I don't know. I saw Pinocchio somewhere.
I don't even remember what it was called. Just know that it was like a Bishonen Pinocchio concept, and it was like,
Oh, okay. No, the Pinocchio I saw was like, apparently Netflix has this new Pinocchio thing, which is like,
Yes.
apparently it's a fantasy musical.
It's
oh,
I don't know about that one, but the one I know about that's on there is from Guillermo del Toro.
yeah,
that's
that's
the one.
yeah, that's the one.
And it's not a game, it's just a movie.
Yeah. Oh, I think I've seen...
Okay, so it's called Lies of P. Reading that out hurts my brain and soul very much.
Why are there lies of P?
Yeah, right?
Because
That's
the
what I'm
P
feeling.
is silent.
Yep. Lies of Inokio. Apparently it's gonna be a Bloodborne, like, according to the a Bloodborne action RPG. But apparently there hasn't been an update for it in terms of trailer or news since August.
The way it looks, like I'm getting the Bloodborne vibes. I'm mostly getting like,
I think it's just setting wise that it feels Bloodborne-y, you know?
right. It kind of feels like fuck, what was that game with Rapture?
Oh, Bioshock.
Bioshock, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting Bioshock feels from it for some reason.
I think that that's apt. Seeing how the staging works and the lighting especially, it's evocative of other things. Oh, speaking of steampunk, he has a steampunk arm.
Mm-hmm.
I only saw, I guess, the smaller version of the trailer.
I will admit I am somewhat scared to get too excited about games that are announced via E3 or anything else, because Bayonetta 3 just was a massive disappointment.
Speaking of Bayonetta, there was a Bayonetta game announced at the Game Awards.
Yeah, the director already announced it, like, back after the whole shindig with the voice actress. He announced that they're
Really?
making Bayonetta 4.
No, it wasn't Bayonetta 4. This is the Tales of Cereza or something like that, which is a isometric style game. It's like prequel to Bayo 3's Bayo.
I see.
Which the art style looks really stylish, but I don't know gameplay wise if that appeals to you or anybody else we know. Like,
I mean, at this point, I'm not excited about any Bayonetta game being announced.
Yeah.
Because anything that bases itself off of 3 is gonna be a disaster.
Yeah. Oh, that's something. God, I need to tell you about this. It's something I keep meaning to show you because Chris Otherwindow made basically the best commentary clip of that game, which was so there's the multiverse of Bayonettas and whatever. So Bayonetta doesn't actually get to talk to the other Bayonettas for some reason. They're basically getting eaten up as soon as she meets them. But one of them is the French Bayonetta, and she gets enough screen time where this very funny thing happens where she does like the voguing thing that Bayonetta does in front of Bayonetta and does really like a cool dance. And then Bayonetta 3's Bayonetta does the like weakest sauce fucking dance back to her, and the way Chris edited it was like the blonde Bayo has music and like, you know, flair, and then Bayo 3's Bayo just fucking has absolute silence and squeaky noise motions from her leather, and it just is so good.
Wow.
But yeah, there's a lot of things in Bayonetta 3 that it's just like, why did you even fucking bother making this like this?
Who knows?
Like that. Why did you make the straight Bayonetta is just the lame Bayonetta, and it's so bad. Ugh. God help us.
Yep.
But that's the only thing I ever want to show you about that is Chris Otherwindow's clip. Everything else could just be silent.
Everything else can just not exist.
Well, you said it makes you sad. But, like, there's a bunch of things in the game that basically... You can see the architecture of stuff, like, that could have been good. Like, and that is the, well, it's basically like when we watched Merlin. You see all the architecture of all these things that could go somewhere cool. Instead, they were aborted left and right because the writers didn't know how to execute the vision. Right?
Yep.
Or didn't want to, for whatever reason. So that's basically what Bayonetta 3 is Merlin. Season 5. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, I think there's a bunch of cool ideas.
Speaking of Merlin, so I started listening to Myths and Legends podcast again while doing my work. And apparently there's a tale about 2 Guineveres. Apparently, canonically, Guinevere had a twin sister.
Oh.
Yeah. And, and when the 2 were born, only one of them was picked to be princess, and that was the Guinevere that we know, because she had a crown-shaped birthmark. Whereas the other one became destitute and lived as a servant her entire life. And then she comes back when Guinevere gets married, and literally on her wedding night, Arthur, like, leaves for a minute to go do something, and Guinevere gets fucking kidnapped by some servants who are helping the other Guinevere. And the other Guinevere's intentions is to, like, go back to Arthur as Guinevere and, like, have everything that she had taken from her.
I mean, good on her. Fuck it, man.
Except Merlin gets involved, and Merlin basically, like, freezes... Yeah, he freezes the fake Guinevere in place, and basically leaves her there until the spell wears off, which apparently was, like, a couple days later.
Wonderful.
And then she comes back again, much later, and accuses Guinevere of being the fake Guinevere. And there's a whole trial about it, and then Arthur gets kidnapped, and he gets kidnapped and taken to the fake Guinevere's place, and she convinces him that she's the real Guinevere. So when the trial happens, he denounces the real Guinevere as the fake Guinevere, and tries to put her to death. But of course fails because of Lancelot.
It's a shame that this Guinevere wasn't savvier and was like, hey, sibling, I'll take your place while you go and fuck this knight you like or whatever.
Right?
Right? Like,
That'd
he
be,
could have had it made.
that'd be too
Arthur could have had
logical.
it made. He could have been fucking 2 girls.
Yeah.
Imagine 2 girls at the same time.
It could have been an absolute win for every party involved.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
the Christian.
Merlin.
Well, unfortunately, the Christian Church also would have said
Oh, yeah,
we're
that's
not
right.
talking about that.
Yeah, the Christian church is like, yeah, maybe don't.
Because the Christian Church claimed Arthur as their champion and like made him their hero for whatever reason.
Because you have to naturalize all stories into the Christian sect, otherwise you can't then beat the shit out of the people who were the believers of the original thing with, you're doing it wrong! It really was like this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking... God, that's so fucking funny, though. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, what is it with twin stories that do stuff like this, where it's like, oh, we can't have 2. We can't have 2 princesses. No, not that we could use them both as social currency.
Well,
no, only one.
It's because one
and
of
only
them...
for shenanigans.
It's because, as it turns out, the quote-unquote twin sister, she looked identical to Guinevere, which is why I say twin, but she technically was not from the same mother. She was from a different
What
mom.
kind of asinine?
Yeah. She was from a different woman and not Guinevere's mother.
So she was from the mistress.
Yes. And yet she looked
kind of
identical to
asinine,
Guinevere.
Dumb fucking shit writing.
Yep. Yep.
It's just like how Tom Thumb is actually King Arthur's nephew.
And a Knight of the Round Table.
And a Knight of the Round Table. Just
Wait, what?
anything fucking, yeah. Anything fucking goes when you do not give a shit.
Yep.
Tom.
Oh, God.
Do you not know who Tom Thumb is?
The first thing that comes to mind is Thumbelina.
Yes,
Exactly.
he's the male
Okay.
equivalent of Thumbelina.
And he was a Knight of the Round Table.
For reasons,
Huh.
question mark. Just for why not, apparently.
Yes, this small, tiny, diminutive man who is no bigger than a thumb is a Knight of the Round Table.
Listen, weirder shit has happened with the people in the Round Table, okay?
Yeah, I mean...
Gawain the Knight beheaded a man and then went to his castle a year later to get his own head taken off because equivalents of whatever was going on here. And then, kept on kissing the man's wife, and so he'd have to kiss the man. It's a whole thing. There's a lot going on.
Or the fact that a half-giant was literally another Knight of the Round Table and Lancelot's best friend.
Is that why they had Percival be so big in the show?
It wasn't Percival, it was Geralt.
I know, but I was just because Geralt was not in the show. I was just thinking, Percival, big man, giant boy. Why not?
Why not?
And they just delete K, reasons.
Well,
All of the Knights of the Round Table also were different kinds of dickhead, different flavors of stupid douche a lot of the time. That's why...
The reason they deleted K is because Arthur was K.
In so many different ways, yeah.
He was the mega douchebag at the beginning of the show.
Well, I didn't...
That you
I
wanted
didn't
to
mean it
push down the
that.
stairs.
Yeah. Speaking of things that never got watched, I just remembered that they had the Game of Thrones killer Camelot.
Oh yeah, because I don't have a Blu-ray player.
Well, not even honestly, if you watch that at any point in our lives, that will be a win for me because you will see the incredulousness of which I was screaming in the paper-written notes I stuffed into the Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kay is actually a really good character in that show. He's actually really good, and it makes me mad. because everybody else in that show sucks. So awfully, like, everybody's acting terribly, and then Kay is just like a bastion of kind of normalcy, and you're like, oh man, I wish you were the main character of the show. Merlin girl turns her into a sword.
Yep.
Her name's a sword. No, he doesn't even turn her into a sword. Her dad's the blacksmith. Her name was Excalibur, and so Merlin names the sword Excalibur because she dies running away from him after he kills her dad.
Yeah, see, y'all lost me on this conversation because I don't even know two Camelots. The band and Quest for Camelot, the animation.
There is a Camelot show that was from Starz when Game of Thrones was like out for a year. They produced this to be the Game of Thrones killer for their station because HBO and Starz are competing platforms at the time. I don't know if Starz still exists, but they did this, and it was an extremely discounted Blu-ray disc that I got Tori on a whim. And so Leaf has seen it around because Tori won't watch it because Tori can't watch it because Tori doesn't have a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, Starz is still around.
Okay. But yeah, so they have a lot of really good actors in it, which is why it was such a fucking tragedy that it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the lady who played Morgana is a really great actress. Again, I liked the guy who played Kay. The Igraine, Arthur, and the Guinevere in the show are all mediocre at best. At least in the show itself. You might be better actors elsewhere.
I don't know why your microphone suddenly went to shit.
Because my internet is fucked.
Ah.
That's fair.
I need Scott to, like, restart the router and, like, fiddle with some stuff, but he has not heard my pleas.